Welcome to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel. Today we're going to do something really fun. We're going to take one of my pizza doughs that you may have seen me make on my YouTube channel, and we're going to use it a little differently today. I'm going to show you how to make monkey dough pizza in a cast iron skillet. So let's get started. So here's my dough. I made this dough yesterday, so it has had a slow ferment in my fridge, which really helps develop the flavors. Just going to push it down. You can see how nice this dough is. I'm going to pull it out. And I'm also going to zoom in just a little bit so you're a little closer up. So the first thing we're going to do, I just want to weigh out my dough so that we know exactly what we're working with here. I'm going to grab this little piece of dough, pop it on there. 332 grams or 11.7 ounces. So basically 12 ounces. So that's good. I'm going to take my dough and I'm going to split it into 16 balls. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and there's 16. So now we have 16 pieces. On to our next step. I'm going to get my little bowl here. A little bit of olive oil in the bottom. I'm going to take all of my little pieces, get those right in. A little bit more olive oil. I'm just going to give these a fast toss. And at this point, I've got my oven already preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Just want to have everything ready because this is a very fast recipe. That's good. To this, I'm just going to add in some homemade pizza sauce. If you want to see how this is made, I do have a link below this video in the description box. You can watch that video if you wish. And I'm just going to get all of this stirred around. That's good. And then we're going to add some cheese into here. So we're just going to get a little bit of mozzarella in here. And I'm not going to measure this, I'm just going to do this by eye. So super simple. And you can add anything else that you wish. You can add in some green pepper or pepperoni, whatever you like. Maybe some nice sauteed mushrooms in olive oil, that would be really good too. And also sauteed onion, yum. So there we have that. We're going to be adding cheese to the top as well, so this is perfect. Just mix it around nicely. That's good. On to our next step. What I have here is a 9-inch in diameter cast iron skillet. And right now it is cold. I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. That's going to give a nice little texture to our pizza once we get it in the oven. Just get all of that around. That's good. And then we're just going to simply add in all of our little pizza dough balls. Just get all of that around. So what people are going to do is once this comes out of the oven, you're going to want to grab little pieces and tear them off. So you want to position them so that it's easy for you to do that. So just get them all nicely positioned in your pan. And I think that looks good. And now we're just going to add a little bit of cheese to the top. And a little bit more cheese on the top. And you can put as little or as much as you want. No rules. I like a lot of cheese. See, I'm not measuring, I'm just doing it by eye. I think this is going to be good. And we'll just Get this nice and even on the top. That looks good. Just before I put this in the oven, I wanted to say that I like to bake this at 400 so that it doesn't really bake too fast. The dough is rather thick. It's not like a thin crust pizza, so it does take a little bit longer in the oven to bake properly. So I find 400 degrees Fahrenheit is a really good temperature to use. I'll just tilt this up so you can see what it looks like before we pop it in. I do see a little piece of cheese there. And there we have it. So into my oven, and I will be back in a little while. Just before it comes out, let's take a little look. Oh, that looks awesome. All right, I will be back in a few minutes when we bring it out. Yum. So here we go, just out of the oven. 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I baked it for a total of 30 minutes. And you can see that bubbling action going on. This is extremely hot at this moment, so I'm gonna have to let this cool down before we dig into it. So this is about 10 minutes later, and this has cooled down quite a bit, so I'm gonna get right in there and get ourselves a little piece. I'll just show you how nice this is. Get right underneath and look at this. Oh. Yeah, let's go for another one. You can see how nicely this just tears apart. And there we have it. Well, let me zoom in on this. So now that I've zoomed in, hopefully you can see how nice this pizza is. Look at the dough. Super, super moist and perfectly baked inside. I'm just gonna grab a little fork and just pull this apart. Of course, I'm gonna have to try a little piece. That is really, really good. I hope you try this very simple recipe out at home. That's really good. If you have children, you're gonna definitely want to try this recipe. And what's so easy about it is that if you've been on my channel for a while, you've seen me make pizza dough, you can use any of my pizza recipes to create this really, really easy dish. So that's it for today's really fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. I really do appreciate that. That's it, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, if you're on Facebook, check me out, facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro.